Y'all ever watch Prison Break?
Yeah.
It's the greatest show of all time.
Oh goodness, y'all think
Yeah,
y'all
it
could
is.
do that? You think you could escape a prison?
No, I don't think I can.
I don't think I could, but I think I would try if I had to.
Yeah.
I
If I had to set out plan like Michael made for his brother, I could probably get that.
Schofield.
I feel like
Michael Schofield.
Yeah,
I feel like if you was in a prison, bro, I think you'd be holding somebody's right pocket.
What? Ain't you ever play?
You be holding his left pocket.
Nah, I ain't holding nobody back.
You finna get this, boy. You finna get this, boy. Nah, you finna get this, boy. Yeah. Nah, you finna get this, boy.
I'm stronger than that. I'm Superman.
You finna get this, boy. Nah, you finna get this, boy. Don't ever play with me like that, boy.
I'm Superman. Whoa.
Get up, boy.
Me personally,
You gonna be.
never. Me like that.
Hey, no, man. So what we finna watch right now?
You look like somebody that's gonna drop the soap in the shower.
Boy, stop playing with me. Wow, rock your world, boy. Hey, look though, what we finna react to?
Real prison escape.
Caught on camera.
Wow,
4K.
Caught on camera. Okay, that's crazy.
They can't be real, bro.
Hey,
Trying to escape prisons ever since criminals have been trying to escape prisons ever since their inception. In most cases, prison breaks fail, but this isn't always the case. Escapes don't only happen in the movies, as they actually happen much more often than you'd like to think in the real world. It's human nature to seek freedom, and it's going to be very clear the lengths some people will take to relish that sweet taste of fresh air. Luckily for us, most fail, but those very few truly committed criminals who are willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes succeed spectacularly. Ready to meet the guys that escaped and lived to tell the tale? Let's get it on. Under the radar. Sometimes you just have to wing it. No pre-planning, thought process, or careful consideration. If you see an opening, you take it. Two inmates were on garage duty outside the high fences of the prison. All it took was a fleeting glance towards each other, a little nod, and they were off. They bolted out of the prison grounds as fast as they could, leaving the supervising guard staring after them in
like, "Oh, I ain't
disbelief
even
as he
gonna
called
run."
in the escape on his radio. Once the coast was clear, the pair split up to go their separate ways, every man for himself. They were apprehended a few days later in a nearby barn and apartment complex.
days
How these
later?
guys flew under the
In a
radar and
barn?
convinced the guards to let them outside without restraints is anyone's guess.
Man, I would have
Over
got
the
loose.
fence.
Man, you can let me
Some
out for
criminals
those
would
days.
move heaven and earth
Boy!
to be free from the prison walls. Others would just simply move part of the wall. These two inmates removed a couple of cinder blocks and squeezed through the openings before throwing a blanket over a 25-foot high razor wire fence and fleeing into the woods. The holes in the wall were covered by posters, and they even made dummies out of pillows and blankets in their beds
they
to buy
smart.
them valuable
Yeah,
time.
that's-
After all that work, they were caught when a local
That is
resident saw
something
tracks in the mud at a nearby creek and alerted the authorities. If you're thinking of breaking out of jail, it'd probably be best if you didn't
He saw
follow in
their
the
tracks
footsteps of
and
these
all.
crooks.
and threw a blanket over.
Fun fact, true story, bro.
What?
This is actually crazy. One time, bro, me and my brother were outside just playing, football basketball. I forgot what we was playing. It was me and him. We were young, bro, and we lived, our neighborhood was like in the very front of the street.
Yeah.
So like, if you come in the neighborhood, our house the first house type.
Yeah.
So like, this dude come to our house and he like asked me, he's like, "Can I get some water?" It's like a grown man. He's all dirty and stuff. He got like a jail thing on.
Wow.
He got two like kids with him though. It's like my age type. So I go inside, I told my dad, I'm like, "Hey bro, this dude out here like asking for some water and stuff." He like, "What?" So they go out there and he give him some water and this and that, and then come to find out the dude had just escaped from jail.
That is crazy, bro.
We let him
People
ride,
really
though.
doing that, bro?
Yeah, that's none of my business. I'm keeping it
It'd be
100.
best if you didn't follow in the footsteps of these crooks.
And threw a blanket over the razor wire before running across the roof
That's
to
smart.
a temporary freedom.
Think fast, act
You
fast.
can't let me out.
When at
Once
first
I
you
get
don't
out,
succeed, try it.
Boy, he got so
Failed
little.
attempts over the course of a
I gotta get YouTube Premium.
day, this jailbird decided
Yeah,
to bide
take
his
Morgan
time
back
and wait
and
for his
explain.
moment. When one presented itself, he had to think fast and act fast. As the police moved away from the patrol car to process his transfer, this guy saw an opening as the garage door was closing. He sprinted out of the tiny opening with the best display of speed you've ever
he
seen in
is
your life. As the
moving.
roller door closed behind him, it took the cops valuable minutes to get outside, and by this
Minutes?
stage, he was long gone. He covered so much ground that not even a 2-hour sniffer dog search could find him. He was arrested the next day, and you could say his luck had run out. Pun
How
very
are they-
much intended.
what happened?
He said he got arrested the next day.
Got arrested? See, that's why those people that belong in there.
Yeah, I
How you get out next day, you
Play
get
to your strengths.
arrested,
Being a
bro.
silver-tongued Casanova has its perks, especially if the guard making eyes at you just happens to be holding the keys to the only barrier between you and freedom. These guys calmly opened the gate and casually strolled out of the jail with no urgency at all.
said, "Be
without
cool,
a
be
care in the
cool."
world. There aren't many scenarios where
That's
a prison
smart.
guard and an escaped con can live happily ever after. She's seen running her hands through her hair and looking totally stressed out, rethinking her life choices. The following
let
day,
him.
She's arrested, and the 3 guys on the run are apprehended 5 days
Oh,
later.
they finessed her!
Police. Stick to what you're good at, guys.
And they was piecing her up the whole
Yeah, they were. They
time.
had plenty of time
Camera
to
in
do
the
that.
alley outside captured the men dressed in all white.
Oh, we agree.
Look at the wall. Look at the wall.
And
Look at
hit and run. If something's too good to be true, it generally is. A group of prisoners were being escorted through the garage on their way back to their cells. One is seen lingering, and soon after walks behind a transport van out of sight, with the guards going ahead and not noticing he's missing. All that's left for him to do is open the door, turn the key that's so conveniently sitting in the ignition, and start the van. It's like the stars have aligned and the universe is almost
It's
begging him
different.
to take his chances for freedom. He floors the van, smashing through the garage door, and is free and clear. Or so he thought. He crashed into some trees nearby and was arrested. Most people steal a car and then get sent to jail, not the other way around.
Bro, I would hop out the car and run.
Bro.
Handcuffs. Even dumb
He should've opened up the garage first, bro.
eventually. After being arrested at a motel for theft, this woman found her way into a police holding
might not
cell.
have time
She was
for all
left
that, bro.
alone
You gotta
with her
hit the floor.
phone to try
You saw
to
it. We
raise
seen
bail
you had
money and a
time.
life home. She struggles to break free of the cuffs, anchoring her to the wall in between checking text messages. Even though police say the cuffs were on its tightest setting, she was able to wriggle her dainty hands free. She took the keys off a hook on the wall and used them to open an emergency exit to quietly slip out the back door while no one was watching. She was busted an hour later when she returned to the same
Hey, the
hotel
police?
she was arrested that
Same
morning.
hotel she was.
Recognized by
Same hotel.
Yeah, you deserve to be in jail,
Y'all,
man.
so far, I've not seen no one
that was smart.
that capitalized on their opportunity.
Yeah, they did. They have
Completely.
This is terrible, bro. This is
the staff
insane.
who worked there.
Like,
How'd you
everybody's
get her
getting
wrist
out.
out? That's so crazy, though.
With the shirt.
Bulldozer Attack. Denmark is famous for Vikings and Lego bricks, but mass prison escapes? Not so much. 25 years ago, a TV film crew received an anonymous tip about a protest outside of a prison in Copenhagen and went there to document the event. What happened next was a bulldozer slamming into the brick wall of the jail and knocking it down, with prisoners running out of the hole like ants fleeing from their nests.
Oh, that would've been my time.
Boy.
And cheering, celebrating their newfound freedom.
Y'all know we run.
On suspicion
It's
of
gonna be
having prior
bad.
knowledge of the escape
Yeah, I
and
ain't
failing to
gonna
notify
lie.
police. 13 inmates escaped in total, some with lengthy jail terms for violent crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught.
See, now that's taking advantage of your
So
resources.
10 of them got away. That's
10 of 'em
crazy.
got away.
Hey, we going to Cuba, bruh. Like, what you doing,
I'm
bruh?
going to Canada. I'm
I
getting
would
out the
get
United
loose. Why I'm
States.
going to Ghana?
Like, how do they even find you,
No, you
bro?
done if you
With no
trying to-
phone, no
Somebody else's
nothing.
ID.
Boy.
Somebody else's passport who look a little bit like me.
You think you'll get away with that?
I mean, there's
If
a
you
lot
know
of light
enough
skins
about
out there that he could look like, man. You too, man. You look like a lot of people, man. You can get away, bro.
Bro, YouTube, comment. I'm not light skinned.
You
Yeah,
was
yeah.
light skinned.
For violent crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught.
That is crazy.
They ain't running too fast.
Detailed instructions. Prisons are designed to keep inmates in, not to give them easy ways to get out. After all, the key to success is executing a carefully detailed plan. Typically, you would think that installing air vents large enough for a man to squeeze through close to the floor would be a bad idea in a prison, but this was exactly how this
That's
trio
easy.
gained
That's
access
easy.
into the plumbing shafts behind the wall. They used ropes made out of bed sheets and had a getaway van waiting with fresh clothes and a
Michael
bottle of Jack Daniels.
Schofield.
I ain't gonna lie. They
That
said,
is Schofield.
they said prisoners might be the most smartest people.
Oh
ever.
yeah, they got time to think and learn,
Too much.
boys. They doing nothing but thinking.
They
and
making
learning
lighters
all
out
day.
of batteries, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen. Y'all ever watch prison TikTok? That might be the
Yes,
worst.
bro. It is crazy.
Bro, I done seen them have dogs in prisons, PlayStations in prison.
Not showers. What's it called?
Bro, hold on, bro.
What's
He got a
tattoo guns? They make.
got a bottle of Jack Daniels right now?
They have
made out of
handbags.
bed sheets and had a getaway van waiting with fresh clothes and a bottle of Jack Daniels
they
for a
been planning
celebratory
this.
drink. It only took 8 minutes for 3 inmates to complete their complex plan. Ironically, using a cell phone to film their escape from their cell.
They
These guys
filmed it.
traded 15 minutes of fame for an extra 15 years behind bars. Daring escape. They say that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Arrested at school for fighting, this teenager was left alone in an interrogation room
he's
for
bad.
only 10 seconds before he threw caution to the wind and fearlessly jumped out of a 16-foot-high second-story window. He may just have rubber bones, as he got straight back up after surviving the fall
His
and got
adrenaline
out of there
rushing.
as fast as his legs could carry him. The cop comes to check on him 14 minutes later, and you can clearly hear him saying a few choice words when he realizes what's happened. The boy was found 3 hours later at his friend's house. We can safely say that when he turns 21, the only bars he will be attending will be made of iron. Through the window. The mind is a
funny.
powerful
Right to the
thing.
homie
All you
house.
have to do is believe
Right
in
to the
yourself
homie
and
house.
commit. This inmate had a pretty simple plan. He was being processed in a detention center. One of his buddies would distract the guard while he made his getaway. When he saw an extremely small window, he thought think thin over and over in his head before taking a running leap, diving through the window. Once outside, he got into the getaway car his girlfriend was waiting in, and they were off like a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde. 26 days later, they were discovered living in an
26.
abandoned house in the next state after an anonymous tip-off. The warden said he's taking extra steps and putting
You gotta
locking
keep
mechanisms
going,
on
bro.
the window, which should have been enough.
26 days later, and you in the next state? You give me 26
26
days?
days, bro. I am in Maine.
Bro, Ryan, if y'all know who Ryan is,
Ryan.
tell him about Ryan.
Ryan, man.
He traveled the country.
He traveled
cap.
30
LA
days.
to North Carolina with a penny.
With
bro.
a penny, bro, and you
So
in the
you
next
telling
state,
me y'all got getaway cars and all, and y'all couldn't get.
and you in an abandoned house.
What year is this? Because I ain't gonna lie.
You could have. I'll go to Alaska. They
If I-
would never find you there.
If I escape prison, I for sure would wear the push.
Okay,
That's where I'll actually go to.
You say you want to push ice man? That's smart.
every day.
Think about it, bro. Alaska, bro, they would not catch you there.
No, they
No,
probably
they
would.
wouldn't.
They probably would have found you.
Boy,
How,
but
bro?
you would need a passport
It's
to go to Canada. But do you think the Canadians would have
That
that?
border, you ain't getting over that.
So you think they have something to tap in? Oh yeah, he's.
It's
a
not no.
getaway
It's not
person.
no fence across the whole border. They could. You can slither your way. You think Mexicans are slithering their way in the United States?
Yeah, but I mean, you want that
Yeah.
car though. You know, you can't drive from Canada to Alaska, bro.
You gotta go through water to get to Alaska, huh?
You can't walk. You gotta.
Only time I got to Alaska was flying.
But
I
look
never
though, real
drove.
question though.
You can't
so
drive to Alaska.
if you had 10 years,
it's over water.
would you try
No,
to
it's
escape?
over. You gotta go through Canada.
What if you had 10 years and they
Me,
gave
can
you
it-
5
can I get-
days?
yeah,
Look,
can
look,
it-
think about this though. You had 5 days and you got 10 years in prison. You had 5 days, you was out. Would you do it?
So, wait,
Like,
what?
so say you had, well, 5 days is extra, but
They
say,
give you 5 days, like you
I'm
go
saying,
for
yeah, like you
5
free
days?
for 5 days.
Like
Oh,
vacation.
Nah, I'm talking about like you escaped and you have 5 days to get away. But if you ain't got no good spot, you gonna get
I
caught.
won't find the spot.
But for 10 years, I'm saying, if you had 10 years in prison,
I'm
you,
going to find a spot.
and they said, but if you don't capitalize on your 5 days, you're gonna have 25.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that.
You're doing it?
100%.
25 days.
So you feel like you're that capable of your 5 days of finding some
5
work?
days of not looking for me?
Yes.
Oh, nigga.
They don't find you for
Yes.
5 days. You gonna take it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
I
5
would
days.
for sure take
Think
it.
about how fast the days be going right
Bro,
now.
Would y'all
5
take
days,
it?
bro.
5 days.
You got a lot of.
He got caught in 26, but he was in the next day. Like a day.
Bro, 5 days I could get.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
in Maine. Or Alaska.
From the bottom of the United States,
Yes.
he was named.
From Louisiana to Maine.
With the Pooh Shiesty mask on.
Hey, the Puma Shiesty might save us for real, bro.
And then I'm gonna do YouTube and change my name.
They gonna really find you then.
They really gonna find
They gonna
you,
tap
bro.
into your cookie.
I'm gonna do it with a
Bringing her into
VPN.
prison.
I ain't gonna lie, a prison be cold. He
you
escaped
still
and
there?
start
Since you made it
live
this
stream
far,
every
here are
day.
all the shout-outs we promised everyone that commented on our previous video. If you want to be
That's
I
all
like
for
that
it.
guy's. Yeah, I like this guy's face.
Y'all think y'all can escape prison?
Yeah,
Leave
let
it
us
in the
know.
comments.
Let us know how many years would you have to escape prison, man.
Days.
If
You
I had
had
5,
life.
no, I'm talking about how many like years would it like for
you
you to
risk,
really, yeah,
like, for the back?
yeah,
I had to
Well,
be
I risk a
life.
life sentence.
Yeah, life sentence. You
yeah,
already-
life sentence for sure. But would you risk 5 years?
Nah, I ride that out.
What if someone's like right now, they was like, you can get 1 million subscribers. We're gonna put you in jail though.
For 5 years?
No, you
No, I'm
gonna
not
put you in
doing
jail.
You
But it's
gotta
only
stay.
gonna be like a year though.
I'm not doing. Oh, for
But
years,
it's
for
low
1 million
security.
subscribers?
There's gonna be several times when
I
you
don't
can
know,
escape.
guys. Is that?
But if we catch your ass,
I don't know. For, I don't know.
For 1 million subscribers.
I don't know, man. Would y'all escape prison? Let us know, guys, if it's worth it or not. Yeah, we going, guys. Let us know what y'all want. We out here, guys.